Alright guys, welcome back. We're on day 3 of logging Rogue River and wow. Holy crap. A lot of work to do. I'm going to be doing a lot of skidder work today. But first we got to drive back this. Got a few new mods to introduce, including a new, what's the word? A new chipper, although I don't think I'll get around to introducing it this episode, but it'll be soon, eventually, as the saying goes. It's a towed chipper that requires PTO and all that, and it has its own log crane and all that. So it's a really nice piece of equipment. Also, the Massey Ferguson 70s style skidder. I probably won't use that on this map. Maybe when I do another logging map, I'll start with older equipment and work my way up. What else? There was another. I think it was a variation on the Buffalo as well that got uploaded to ModHub. That's pretty solid. So I'll check that out later on. Oh damn! Let's turn on the work lights, get a good view. Man, these hills, rough. So yeah, we're gonna bring this back in. I'm gonna leave the work lights on when I run the skidder. I'll use the skidder to pull the stuff off the hill. I think what I might do for the next little area is we might get a cheap tractor or something like that and a winch and go and handsaw the stuff off the hill, winch it down, and process it roadside. Just because I don't think I can run the processor up some of these hills. It's pretty brutal. I don't even think I could run the tractors up these hills. I need some pretty hefty stuff. So we'll just go park this up by the cabin for the time being. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with this 15 times speed. So I think I'm going to stick with that for the rest of this. Oh yeah, I guess I said I was going to use the work lights on this to help with illuminating the field, but meh. Alright, we'll park you right here. Turn off the lights. Yeah, the main thing is going to be getting a lot of these just down by the road, and then we can sort of work on sorting them out. Come on. Get in the claw. Yeah. I'll go for the big ones. Oh yeah, that's right. There's two piles over there. Part of me wants to go see if I can just load those. Maybe do a bit of work on straightening out the piles, but I might be able to load those just fine. The hell? Oh, damn. Stupid log. Just push these back off the road. Actually, I'll go clean up the I like how those have no problem getting on the claw. But when I was trying to pick stuff off the hill, nah. Just ain't having any of it. Yeah. So I'm looking for people to do a multiplayer series of this. Or, like, maybe not this map, but a logging multiplayer series. If you're interested, reach out either through Discord or hit me up on Twitter or basically just get in contact with me any way you can, and we'll figure out about recording times, and I'll send you over the mod list and all that. Make sure everything's all set up, and we'll get this going. I think all the mods I have on this are multiplayer compatible, so it shouldn't be an issue. But it would be awesome to get a team together to do stuff like this. These kind of small-time logging operations. And eventually, if we got like enough people, we could do some big stuff. Alright, let's start pulling some of the big stuff down. Oh, maybe I'll get these two. Might do just like if I do a multiplayer thing, we might simplify the mod list a bit for the sake of sakes and sanity and all that. More of these. Come on. Start a second pile just right here. Get these, some of these pieces. All goes well, I should be cutting again by the end of this day. If I can get a load or two out, that should clean up most of this stuff. Yeah, all right. I'll just straighten these piles. Ooh. Gotta be careful though. It's pretty much a dead drop right there. And I'd rather not spend time trying to fish this out of the ravine. Pretty good chance I'd end up resetting it. I would like to see a larger, like, so, yeah, the game calls these skid steers, but really what they are is small scale track loaders. And track loaders are amongst some of my favorite pieces of heavy equipment. just with the way they look and they operate. And I would like to see like a larger scale one. I know they don't get used much for farm stuff and that, or even logging. I haven't seen them very much. People tend to use front loaders, but it would be cool to see a track loader for FS. Come to think of it, they're not all that common overall, but whatever. Neat piece of machinery, nonetheless. Alright, go grab more of these, and we'll swing the forwarder down. And yeah, I think once I get all of these loaded, we'll go. Oh, come on. We'll move on. I don't particularly feel like messing around with all that stuff over there, and there's a lot of just trash wood here that won't sell for much. That almost feel like it's too much trouble. It's all like the tops and that. Yeah, this stuff is hanging off the edge of the cliff. Okay, come on. I say cliff, it's not really a cliff. It's like it's just the way the light shines. It makes it look like an absolute drop, and there is a part that is like right there, but as you work back towards that tree line, it flattens out quite a bit. Come on, let's get over that. Might be able to push it back up. Come on, there we go. You know what? I think I'm actually just gonna leave that for just bring the forwarder in and see if I can. Well, we'll take. Let's see if we can get any more of this stuff. It's gonna be difficult because it's on. The only way to go after it is by picking it up sideways. So we'll see if we can maybe push it into a position that doesn't suck so much. The uneven ground is making this a real pain in the ass to work. Damn it. Yeah, you don't want to bounce it too much either if you don't have a good grab. Or else you're just going to send the stuff rolling. I'd rather not be doing this a log at a time. So I'm pretty much just going to keep doing this until sunrise. Get this stuff off the road. I kind of want to try out the buncher for this. There is a skid steer buncher head, if you could really call it that. I've used it like once or twice. It's not anything amazing. I'm just wondering if maybe it's like it requires a little practice to get good at using. But it might just be genuinely terrible. Who knows? It's probably not good for any serious logging. I'm gonna go on YouTube later and find some like magician or something that's able to use it no prob. Oh, come on. And we're stuck. Why? See if we can get both. We can push them down the hill, that's fine. Just keep going. Oh. Well, just keep them pushing, going downhill. We'll line them up and see. Exactly as planned. Not really. See, really what I need for this is like a proper like skidder with a plow and all that. There we go. The piles don't need to be perfectly lined up, just close enough. There we go. I'm gonna reverse down the hill instead of going down forwards. Okay. Dump that on this pile. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just mostly. Alright, the light level's about to jump up any moment now. There we go. Let's go see if we can find any more easy to grab stuff. There might be a couple thick pieces kicking around. That's really what I'm looking for. Oh. Don't really feel like mucking around with anything that's stuck on a stump. Oh. Come on. Damn, it's impossible to see. Yeah, this is also really steep. It's like a, what, 25, 30 degree slope at some places. Alright, I think... Yeah, we'll start. Let's start loading this. I'm gonna see if maybe I can get. This is gonna be a steep slope. I have to be really careful here. But we'll see if we can push these up just a bit further. All right. Oh, no. Okay, well, that's one gone. Goodbye. See you never. Oh, yeah. This is rough. I'm starting to think that this is probably not going to work. Alright, well, that's a shame. I mean, I'm kind of impressed with this. It's climbing like a... I don't even want to guess how steep that is. But it's good to know that it can work that kind of terrain. You know, I just can't go over stumps. Okay. 80-degree incline, no problem. Stump, forget it. Let's see if we can maybe get over this. And we're bottomed out. Just great. Okay. This is turning signal. I'm not surprised, but I never noticed that it had turning signals. That's hilarious. Alright, I'm gonna start with the stuff on the hill here. And hopefully I don't put this somewhere where I can't get it. And that this stuff is on a reasonable enough angle that I can actually load it without too much of a pain in the ass. Wait a second. I have joysticks for this. What I'm actually like most afraid of here is I'm gonna drop some. I know I'm gonna drop some. Like, there's no way that that should be right. But, and it's just gonna go down the rest of the way. Let's see if we can straighten that one out. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. You can see how it's... I can't quite... Because it's not a fixed head, and I don't have full control of it, I can't quite get it in line with the ground. So it's hard to get these neatly stacked. There's probably a way to do that in real life, like pick stuff up like that without issue, but who knows. Let's see if we can get this one piece. Oh yeah, there we go. Not perfect, but it'll have to do. Kind of slam it down. Change the camera a few times. We'll lock the load. Try not to tip this over. Yeah, so it's just a lot of tops left on the ground there. probably... No, I'm going to keep the work lights on. I was going to say it's probably bright enough, but it's obviously not. Oh. Yeah, I'll probably get most of this. Then we'll pick up a cheap-ish tractor. You know, doesn't need to be all that powerful. Just something that's got thinking I might lease like a... Ooh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have the 8340 mod enabled. If not, I'll pick up something relatively cheap, lease it or whatever, and get the. Actually, you know what? No, I have enough money. I'll get something. Okay, I won't lease it either. This is how I play Farming Sim. It's a lot of waffling. I have a general idea of what I want to do, just, you know, not quite 100%. Flip that around. There we go. Actually, we're doing pretty good on this. I might overload this slightly. I think I can get away with it. Ooh. Play nice. Oh yeah, I can fit the rest of this stuff quite happily. Spent the last 2 episodes saying, yeah, no, I probably shouldn't overload this. And now I'm just like, one trip. Alright, there we go. Stop swinging. God damn it. Okay, well, you know what? I'm happy with that. We're off. If I feel like it, I'll come back later at some other point and we'll clean up. Turn off our work lights. It's getting bright enough. So I thought I was going to get 2 loads out of that stuff, and if I cleaned up the rest, maybe get another 3/4 load. I'm just going to quickly do this. Just in case. Not really an issue on this map. The maps with the, what are they? The oak trees, I guess. I think that's what they are. There must be oak trees. Anyways, those maps, oh my god, those trees are a nightmare. Oh yeah, we're able to go over this handily. Although I don't think it's the steepest part yet. Yeah, here it is. Normally we tank down to about 3 kilometers an hour. going up this. Although I have a funny feeling that might be something to do with my controller. I need to, what's the word? Replace it. It's an old Logitech F310. It's seen better days. And the triggers are just like completely out of whack, which are default down to accelerate and brake. So sometimes I'll be playing and the tractor will just take off for no reason. Alright, we'll go in here and sell. This will probably get us another 10 to 15. I don't know, it's pretty tight packed. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Although it is 4s, I think I'll cut 5s at the next, no, I think probably sticking to 4s is probably the best. Yeah, I don't really feel like messing around with unpacking this boy. Oh, 15. Nice, nice, nice. So if I get a little more than 15. Or, well, I guess closer to 15. It's 14.3. Alright, now it's 15 grand. Probably a little bit over. So I have to kind of see where I own. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not very far up. So I know there's some pretty epic terrain in here. It's fun to log and it's relatively easy. I'm thinking I might just buy what is that? The Fiat tractor there. 150 horsepower, and we'll throw a whatever on it. Yeah, that's what I thought. I hadn't put any other stuff on here. The Fent might be a good alternative. I'm a little sad that I think these stair ones, they used to have what is it, like a logging design to them, but it's no longer like that. So we're gonna go with obviously wides. So this will be our poor man's forwarder. Where is the forestry equipment? Or not forwarder, skidder. So what I'm going to do for this next bit is we'll go in, cut by hand, we'll drag it out to the edge. We'll use the skidder here as a bit of a to help kind of push together some logs, but really that's about it. So we got to move all our stuff. Yeah, I know I'm leaving a lot of stuff on the ground here, but I don't really feel like trying to fish this all off the side of the the hill here with this little skidder. It's just too much work. And quite frankly, it's a little boring. And it's really frustrating. That's more the big thing, is how frustrating it is to actually deal with that. So we're just going to drive all this stuff down to the new area. We'll eventually go back, and when I start cleaning up various areas, then we'll do that. Actually, this looks like a nice little spot here. You know what? Yeah. I have a better idea. I'm not going to move all the way back. I love how smooth this thing drives. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, well, we'll take this turn, this corner here, this flat spot, as kind of the next area. It won't be a lot. It'll probably get us about a load. And maybe a bit into there, but I don't imagine too much more. We'll get our poor man's forwarder. You know what's funny is I think about it, and I probably, if I had just gone with the Massey Ferguson, I think it's the 320, probably would have costed about the same, and come with a log shield, and probably been better overall for the job, but I don't know. I like the idea of using the farming equipment. Plus, this gives us the option of if I want to drop the money to replant trees when the time comes, which I highly doubt will be for quite a while. That looks like a good area too. It's kind of flat, but not really. So I'll keep that in mind. So we'll just take this here, park it up to the left. We're hitting about 10 a.m. Park it right here, right on the cliff. All right. So I'll use the Fiat there to... Anything that's up the hill will drag to the roadside. We'll use the skidder there to straighten up the piles, make them nice and easy to pick up. The biggest thing is all about finding a good workflow for your area. Because if you can do that, then you're gold. And this might be decent enough for this type of terrain. Oh, come on, don't fall towards me. Okay, well. That's a thing. But again, we can fix it. We have the technology. There we go. Don't ask me how I managed to flip that around. Just go with it. Come on. Drag that across the front tires there. Oh, did I push it? Oh, I didn't want to do that. Again, we can always fix the piles after the fact. Drop this here. It'll stop where it'll stop. Most of them should be relatively fine. Usually once you cinch a lot of these up with the winch there, it works just fine. I'm doing a terrible job of cutting today. Come on. There we go. So it looks like we can take this quite a ways up the hill. Come on. Cut. Keep trying to pull the boom back from further, and it's like, nope, doesn't go. We don't do that here. It's already all the way back, which means this must be a lot steeper than I realized. That's been like 90% of this map, is just realizing, oh god, this is way tougher than I'm used to. Because like I look at this and I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of flat, whatever, and then I get out and it's gonna. We're gonna find out we're on like a freaking 30-degree, yeah. Yeah, this is just like, no, I'm not climbing that, forget it. Go home, logger, you're drunk. Oh, come on, I know you want to. I wonder if it would be better with the chained tires. Oh, man. Come on. I really hope the Fiat's up for this. It may be a 150 horsepower tractor, but you know, you never know. I gotta flip that around. suppress the swinging. Yeah, this is like, this map is like the reasons yarders exist. We need a good yarder for FS19. I hope to God somebody's working on something like that. I'd also like to see a mod. So if any of you guys are familiar with Arma 3, there's a very popular mod called TFAR, which is like a full-on like radio system with channels and all that. I could see that be kind of interesting on a bigger like farming map or a farming server or something like that, or something like this. I don't know. It really doesn't make all that much sense. Like, you know, you might as well just use Discord or whatever on an open channel, but you know, there's always somebody who likes the realism. I just like radios. I have no idea how you'd work it in as a mod for Farming Sim. Oh, don't fold over. That's the one thing I don't like about this particular processor head. Or this style of processor head. I think it's all the same guy or group or whatever that did those, there's the two John Deeres. I think it's the 1150 and the 1210. I could be wrong on the numbers. But they have this style of processor head. And, like, they work nicely. It's just they fold over like that when the trees want to go that way. And it's kind of annoying, but yeah. Being able to pick up logs off the ground with these things, oh my god. Bless. But they suffer really bad from that folding over. I might be able to go back and hit some of those. Maybe. I'm not gonna chance it. So we'll use, like I said, yeah, you can really tell. This is going to be rough. Thank God for winches, though. I just need to walk up the hill. I don't need to drive the whole thing up. I would hate doing this with a... Yeah, I think this is a good call. Versus going with the Massey Ferguson. If this was Grizzly Mountains, I would have gone with the Massey. Oh, we're going to have this bug, aren't we? Actually, I'll start from the middle and work my way out. Boom. Now we can go back with the skidder and stack them up nicely. I think going this, yeah, this is a good idea. Good move. Still rough though. Yeah, we'll work our way from the back and down. I feel like I don't know what the sport, like the dune climbing with this thing. It's like if I take my foot off the reverse, it just flies down the hill. So it's like, you know, trying to get, ooh, yeah, come on, trying to get as high up the hill without ending up just getting shot down to the bottom. Oh. I only have to tap the accelerator to get this going. Yeah, part of that's due to the what's that mod called? The less braking force or less engine braking force or something mod. It changes it to about 20% of its original. And it makes this way more interesting. Like, you really have to be paying attention to what you're doing. Oh yeah, I might even get 2 loads out of this. This is good. Good idea. Just kind of wedge those off. Yeah, this is definitely not this is NSF OCD, not safe for OCD. I apologize. See if we can line up some of these. No wonder. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. There we go. I'm thinking, yeah, good investment on this. Hey, quick worker that hill. That's strange. Alright, let's see if we can do a drive-by and pick up a few more of these. It's gonna be a little shaky, but whatever. We gotta clean it up with the skidder anyways. Or the skid steer. Alright, let's go do that before it gets too dark. Loading in the dark isn't too bad. Trying to do this stuff in the dark, oh, it's a nightmare. You ever feel like you just make it something worse by, Oh. Come on. So step one is just getting them all sort of going in the same direction, and then we can sort of work out on getting the sides straightened out. Getting them straightened out is the important part, really. And then for loading, getting the sides straightened out is the big one, but it's not too bad once you get this stuff sort of figured out. I'll just kind of push these ones aside. Sort of achieved the effect I was going for. I might be able to get these ones nah. But I can sort of work pushing these in together. I just have to be careful not to... Oh, well, there's that. I don't want to accidentally drag them. We're actually doing good. And we screwed it up. Alright, we'll push this one back. No, don't slide. Just do what you're told. I mean, like, close enough, right? See if we'll bring these in. That'll be most of the stuff lined up at the road. Except for, I think, this pile, which we're about to get pretty much lined up anyways. And then like these two. Oh damn, that was quick. That turnover. Yeah, we can push those ones a little closer together. We can probably do something about these. See if we can knock that one back into line. There we go. Oh, yep, there we go. Got it. We're really pushing this thing to its limits. All right, let's go get the forwarder to do another run to the mill. This has actually got a substantial amount of wear on it already after 3 days. Huh, there's my Mahindra that I stopped using for reasons. Yeah, I think these areas here be much easier to log. I know there's like a hill, like right out the out of the gate on this side of the mill. It's like there's a decent open area that leads to a nice little trench that goes in a bit, but then there's this massive hill which pretty much comes out right there. But it looks like this side has like a decent grade, although it's hard to really tell. But we got a lot of good area here to log. I'm not too worried about money. If I can get, I think it's 100K. I could probably grab this swamp, I think. I'm gonna double check. How much does swamp cost? Oh, okay. More than I thought. That's 300, that's 340. Okay, well, there's always loans. The swamp will be decently easy-ish, maybe. I don't know. With this equipment, it'll be easy. I won't have to really worry about the skidder or the forward or the skid steer. Or I might, but I expect it to be relatively flat, which means I won't really have to. It won't be too much of a pain in the ass to load. The claw will behave itself mostly. I said behave itself. God damn it. It's like it knows what I'm saying. Now that would be an interesting feature in a game. I don't know what kind of game it would be, but it'd be like, hey, so we're gonna mess with people who have microphones and detect, like, listen for keywords and then do things to be ironic just to mess with people, and then we're not gonna tell anybody about the fact that that's actually a function of the game's difficulty. Alright, that should flatten things out. Sounds like something I would do if I had the patience in game development. I'm pretty sure, like, this is a funny thing. I do a lot of programming and stuff, or I did, and I don't want to say I'm a great programmer, but like I'm decent enough that I can figure out what I want to do. But really, my biggest weakness is the fact that I get impatient with things and stuff like that you don't have that kind of I want to say instant gratification kind of feedback where it's like, you know, implement a change, see the direct effects. That really like annoys me. But something like that would just be like, no, that would need lots of planning and work to get it to work nicely. Oh my god. And I would be annoyed with testing. That would be a pain in the ass to test, now that I think about it. And like test in like a real world environment with varieties of mic qualities and all that. And oh my god. Come on. Play nice. So explain to me this. Why can this, like, flip logs around like it's nobody's business? But, you know, the processor head on the processors? Nah. Is it just because this is, like, designed for it and the processor's like, no, don't care? Shit. I don't have anywhere to turn around, do I? Well, I guess I can turn around here. Just kind of figure out... Actually, I could probably move the tractor and have a nice little spot to turn. Do a 300-point turn, no big. Come on. Yeah, so probably a load and a half by the looks of it. Cherry pick that. The good stuff, if you will. Oh, part of it fell out. Okay, well. All right. and get a few more pieces. And I think that's going to be the last of it. This is not going to be a nice, there we go. Alright, so we're going to do that. I just like how the processor's kind of like off in the woods doing its own thing there. Whatever, no big. You can always get it back. Am I right? Jesus, that's messy. I would like to see like an absolute unit of a forwarder. Oh my god, I can see the cabin from here. Cool. And I'm talking like, you know, 6-meter bed, ultra wide. Just a ducking huge crane. Be terrible on this map, but for like clear cutting relatively flat terrain, oh, be great. Ooh, yeah, we don't want to take this too fast. We're going to turn the lights on as well. Getting a wee bit dark. So I think I'm going to cut the this day after I deliver this, even though I've got, what, 6 hours left in the day. I could probably do the rest of what's on that field. I am technically recording this on the 3rd day in a row. I'm recording one in-game day once a day, so that's a thing. But, like, you know, technically it's the 3rd day of this going on here. But it's, like, still, like, 12:15, so it's kind of late. Anyways, we'll get this in. I might do another load off camera tomorrow morning, whatever. No big. And then we'll go, hopefully, I'll have everything ready for tomorrow to go look for. We'll do either finish cleaning up some of that stuff, maybe do some chipping, I don't know, or I'll open up another area if I can find a decent spot that hopefully will last a little bit longer, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we'll just kind of do that. Boom, done, done. Alright, so make sure to, you know, sub and like and comment and all that if you want to see more of this. If you have any suggestions or just want to set up something like multiplayer, make sure to definitely check in. Discord would probably be the best place to do that, but comment section, we could sort something out there, or at least figure out contact info. And yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow for episode 4, day 4, whatever. I guess that'll technically be the day after. I don't know. This is really, really odd. Whatever. This is day 3. I'll see you guys later.